Young Crooks, more predicated than medicated. I'm talking Lil Wayne tapes, how I'm dedicated. Cincinnati's rap game just elevated. Now I'm getting calls from the whack niggas that never made it. Yeah, I got your CD, but I ain't never played it. Asked your chick about my dick, she said she couldn't take it. That pro wrestling flow, I swear that I never fake it. I'll break a nigga Bret Hart till it's pixelated. The rap game for the faggots and overpriced women. By the time I get a deal, I won't need to sign. Read between the lines, you feline nigga Garfield. Lyrical pistol, Call of Duty with the double wheel. Rapper chick that I've been fucking since 2008. Man, she still ain't got me shit for my birthday. They call me Drake, leaving niggas in the worst way, and all these hoes worry about the name that they per se. She told me that she a fuck for an MK, so I gave her back shots until the clip was empty. Young pimp nigga might change my name to Pinky. I murder every show and then Brevy the DJ. They said, goddamn, Crooks, why you do it? I murder all these niggas in the name of rap music. More I'm around hip-hop and I'm choking that bitch. Call me Ike Turner, how I flip that switch. They don't eat ice cream, they don't hit no licks. He said he got a single, but it ain't get played. Get hot for a summer like a barber, they fade. Drop a couple vids thinking that they gon' get paid. That's where these natty niggas weak though. Trying to find your mixtape is like finding Nemo. Bar for bar, he shook, he need a new round book, and he can't be like me, cause it ain't no halfway crooks.
My name is Chris Crooks. I'm 17 years old. I'm just a young nigga. I do music, and I like making people feel what I feel through my music. That's my objective.
Okay. Let me compose myself first. That was a lot of stairs. Damn, it's hard. Yo, rappers are some hoes, bro. We complain about everything.
I grew up, I kind of had a balance, because I never really claimed no hood or no shit like that, so I really had a balance. My mom stayed on the west side, and my dad stayed on the east side. But if I had to say like where I was bred, like where niggas learned, like where niggas had their first fight, shit like that, I grew up on the east side for the most part. My mom had a big influence on my music collection because I pretty much had what I needed around me. I used to take like my mom's like CD case, she had like a briefcase, so like you flip it and it was the CDs and CDs. And like my mom was into like 90s R&B, and she didn't really like hardcore rap. She liked conscious shit. So like I went in hers and got like Water for Chocolate, B, like shit like that. And then she fucked with like Joe and John B. My mom was lump. But like I pretty much got that from her. And like my dad is a trap nigga, so right around the time I started really getting into music was right around the time that like Jeezy was dropping like TM 101 and like all of that shit, like, and I did it all in a pair of forces, all of that shit. So I was fucking with trap shit on the same level. Like I fucking love Gucci, man. Like Gucci is that nigga.
And what about Tupac? Like talk about Tupac and how he influenced the name Crooks.
How did Pac influence me? Pac influenced me because obviously my name is Crooks. And a lot of people always wonder where I get that from. Like, a lot of people don't know that Crooks is Pac's original birth name before it was Tupac Shakur. When he was born, his name was Lashane Parrish Crooks. I took the name Crooks because I didn't want to call myself Chris Shakur. That would have been loud as fuck. To be Chris Shakur, that would have been real loud. So, I took the name Crooks. First, my name was Chris, and it just sounded good. And I like what Pac represented. Pac represented what it really meant to be a real nigga. In that GGA, never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. So I like what he stood for, and it was a lot of symbolism. Like, and then, like I said, that was his birth name. So Crooks was his birth name, and then later on, when he was a baby and his mom remarried, she changed his name to Shakur after Dr. Matula. But like, it represented the rebirth of real music and everything he stood for. So that's where I got Crooks from. The rebirth of real music and being a real nigga.
Tell me, like, when did you know you wanted to do this shit? Like, when did you know you wanted to be a rapper?
When did I know I wanted to rap? Now, like, I always knew I wanted to do something. Like, I knew I wanted to be, like, known for something. I didn't know what the fuck it was, but I knew I wanted to be known for it. Like, and I've always written. I've always been great at English, essays, no rough draft, final draft, 10-page, read books, all of that shit. I've always been a bookworm for the most part. So it's like, I was writing poetry, I wrote stories, and then the poems turned into raps, and then like I would rap, like I had notebooks on top of notebooks and didn't tell nobody. Like I didn't tell nobody, not even my mom. Like I just had notebooks on notebooks and notebooks. Like, and I kind of just started rapping. I didn't start really rapping, like rapping to people and letting people know I rapped till my freshman year of high school. And this is after years and years and years of writing. I went to Walnut my freshman year of high school. I went to Walnut Hills High School my freshman year, and I've been going to Withrow High School since then. I've been going into my senior year at Withrow.
And that's when you found out that your freshman year, that's
Yeah, cause I had a homie. Well, I was friends with this girl, and her brother rapped, and her brother was the first guy that I knew that like actually rapped and was my age. So we had 6 Bell study hall together. So every day I would write a rap in study hall and go rap it to this nigga, and he would go crazy. He'd be like, "Bro, oh my God, that was like the loudest shit I ever heard." And it was real loud, cause that was back when I didn't have no subject matter. I was just talking about like killing rappers and shit like that. It was loud, but it was just raw talent and potential for the most part. And then like that was when he got me hip to Elements.
Explain what Elements is for everybody.
Elements is a hip hop youth center that is garnered around bettering young people in their crafts. So he had been like begging me to come down there, and I finally went on like one of the last days of freshman year of high school. I finally went, and they helped me. They gave me all of the basics. So when I went to Elements, like I said, it was raw talent. I didn't know what 16s and 32s were. I didn't know what the fuck Pro Tools looked like. So like they just gave me that basis, all of those basics that I needed. And then once I learned and got better, they gave me a platform to showcase it. And I love them forever for that. I always appreciate them.
And also, I want you to explain like the first time you battle rap. Like talk about that whole experience. Like talk about how you met Kendrick Lamar that night, and talk about your rap with 40 and everything.
Okay. May 12th, 2012, I met Kendrick Lamar, and that was like when it solidified exactly what I wanted to do, what I wanted to do, and where I wanted to be. Like I had been writing, like I told you, I had been writing raps or whatever. I was going to Elements. I thought I was cool. So we went to see Kendrick, and I got a real good Kendrick because it was like post Section 80 but pre Good Kid type of Kendrick. So it's like he did like rigor mortis straight through, no stops. Like I would have thought this nigga was gonna pass out. He went straight through. He did Tammy song, all of that shit, PNP 1.5. And like after that show, before that show, when we were waiting for him to come out, there were some cats like battle rapping there like a couple feet away. And one of them was MC40. A lot of people might know who MC40 is. 40 is another like Cincinnati artist. 40 does his thing. But like 40 was in the cypher, and like my homie just pushed me over there. And that was like one of the first times I had rapped in front of people, like hella people. Like, and then like when I rapped, it was people all the way in the back of the crowd, like, I'm like, oh, well that was cool. So I kind of just like, I was still on the fence about it, like, no, I don't want to rap. Everybody raps. How can I do this differently? Like, it was, automatically you're going to have doubts. So we went to the show. The show was great. And then after Kendrick performed, we kind of left the crowd. I walked through. I seen a couple homies or whatever. I was talking to some people. And then we saw Ali. Like, a lot of people don't know who Ali is, but Ali is Kendrick's engineer and his DJ. Like, when you be like, Ali, you thirsty on Twitter, that's Ali. So we saw Ali. I shook Ali hand. Ali had a big ass watch on. It was like a watch was like this big. So we walked. So I kind of basically just walked with this nigga, and Kendrick standing there like, he was like, y'all enjoy the show? He was like, yeah. And then he was like, yeah. And then he looked at me. He was like, let me guess, you rap, right? I was like, in my head, I'm screaming like, no, do not lie to this nigga. Like, yeah. He was like, keep on doing that shit. You can buy your mom's a house like I did. He got in the car and drove off.
So that's what motivated you right there.
I was like, all right. So since then, May 12th, 2012, niggas been writing like an animal. I had legal pads before I started like typing. I had legal pads that you could like flip over. Cause every time I watch like cats in the studio, they always had like the pads that you flip over. Like Wale had them pads too. So I would just like, I still have them like 10, 15 pads, not even to no beats, just straight writing. So I just kind of caught the bug, and then I've been rapping and recording, rapping seriously and recording for probably almost a year and a half now.
Okay, a year and a half. So what was your first project? Talk about your first project.
My first like official mixtape?
Yeah.
My first official mixtape was America's Nightmare, and America's Nightmare came out October 4th, 2013. So America's Nightmare was cool because it was a great starting point. It was good. It was good grounds for what I was gonna do. It showed a lot of promise. But America's Nightmare didn't really have no subject matter. It was just me rapping for the most part. You didn't know who I was from listening to it, but you were like, oh, kind of cool. So the transition from America's Nightmare was 1997, and 1997 dropped December 20th. And that was just a few months. That was just a few months later.
And that was just the EP, right? They only had like 5 songs.
Yeah, 97 was just the EP. It had 5 songs. But when we gave everybody hard copy CDs, we put 2 bonus tracks on them because a lot of people was fucking with me. So we dropped 1997, and a lot of people always be like, how you gonna have Biggie on the cover but your name Crooks? Like, people love hitting me with that shit. It's like, you gonna put Biggie on the cover but you named after Tupac? I'm like, yeah, nigga, I fuck with Biggie. And I hate 97 kind of because everybody always thinks I'm born in 1997.
Right.
Like, I'm young, but I ain't that young.
When were you born?
I was born October 11th, 1996. So, 97 was paying homage to Biggie, and we started it out with one of the freestyles he had did with Pac. Like, him and Pac was doing a Black Watch interview like 20-some years ago. Like, this was like before Ready to Die came out, but this was like after Juice and all of that shit. And like, it was when Biggie had did the whole freestyle, and then Pac had did one first, so I just cut Pac and it was all big. And then 97 had about 5 tracks on it. It showed a different side because you got a different tone to me. Like, I wasn't talking about nothing that I was talking about on the first tape. And then it showed you, it showed versatility basically. It showed I was kind of an actual person. I always like to say that America's Nightmare was, ooh, look at me, I can rap. And 1997 was, I feel this way, do you feel this way too?
So you recently just dropped Block Party. Can you talk about Block Party and how you made that transition from 1997 to Block Party, and then also talk about some of the producers that you got, like for example Eric Kale, like talk about how you got that.
Block Party dropped July 4th, 2014, and it was the whole basis of Block Party. Block Party was supposed to be like a summer soundtrack, like something you can slide to in the summer, but also slide to year round, just because it's that feel good vibe. And like, Block Party came about. It had production from Eric Kalo on it, and Lo is a real good homie. Lo's part of Iconics also, and Lo produced July Until Forever, Sugar Honey Iced Tea, and also What Your Team About. And the way I got that relationship with Lo is that me and Lo had a mutual friend, and they introduced us. And like, he would send beats to me, and I would send songs to him. Like, I sent Rico and some other joints to him, and like, we just kind of got familiar with each other. And how What Your Team About came to be is, I was leaving the studio and he had emailed us. So he emailed us, and we got in the car and listened to the beat, like we played it in the car. And like, soon as that like beat dropped, we was like as soon as we heard it, I was like, yo, we got to go back in the studio like right now. But like, Lo has a great mind. Lo has an ear for everything, and Lo is a real good music mind to have around. That's why I'm glad I have that close like community with him. The type of feedback that I've been getting from Block Party, it's always been good feedback. I would appreciate bad feedback, but I haven't really got that much. I guess that's good, but in a way it's bad also. But I mean, a lot of people who have been listening to me for not years, but this last year, like before I had a mixtape, before all of that, when I was just dropping songs, like, it's been a lot of people who really fuck with you, or fuck with me, should I say. And like, it's still surreal to me. Like, when people come up to me and they be like, yo, I like your song, I be like, me? Like, it's still weird to think of, like, you talking about me. Like, me, actually. Like, it'd be weird. So, I mean, it's cool. I don't feel like it's gonna do anything but get better. But
talk about Iconics, like, talk about all the members. What is Iconics? Like, how did it start?
Iconics is a group of creative minds. We all have our own niche. There's not that many of us, about 7 or 8. It consists of Mike, aka Mr. Iconics. Consists of Natalie. Mike is my manager, yeah. Natalie, God Duzel, the Vintage Junkie Dom, Amber, Charisma England, Eric Kalo, and also Kendall Mathis, and me. And like I said, it's just a bunch of creative minds. We all have our own niche. We all have other things we do, and we just all bring it together and make something great of it. We all have a lot of stuff planned, so it's just a group of people who really are set on doing what they want to do, no matter what.
You about to graduate from high school, all that shit.
I didn't really. You're supposed to graduate from high school, but I mean, yeah, I graduated this year. You can be expecting a lot of music. Uncrowned will be coming out most likely on my 18th birthday, which will be October 11th. You can be expecting a lot of work from the team. Iconics has a lot of things going on. And just progression and being better. Like, I mean, that's pretty much it. Just here to grow.
And how can people like find you? Like, what is there a website they can go to? Like anything? Like Instagram, Twitter?
I mean, I have Twitter and Instagram. They're both the same, so it's at Crooks with like an underscore at the end. I'm pretty approachable. Like, a lot of people think like when you got some kind of brew or when you're some kind of niggas think you can't walk up. I'm walk-upable. Most of y'all are older than me. So like when I see cats, I'm a very humble cat. Humility is the #1 thing. So when I see people, I don't got no problem kicking it and brewing with cats. If you fuck with me, I fuck with you. Cause you gotta remember, to me this ain't happening. To me there's no camera. To me there's no microphone. I don't understand what you walking up to me saying you fuck with me for. I'm just a young nigga. It's all different to me. So when you say that, I really do appreciate that shit. It ain't nothing but love, man. That shit is crazy to me. It's crazy that you having a camera in front of me talking to me.